I believe like with my sport, because of the amount of people that are involved in it, you know, you're not just fighting the other guy that was trained by the other coach over there on the other side of the ring. You know, you're also fighting the referee. You're also fighting the judges. You're also fighting the fans around, you know, the friends, the family, the ones that are booing at you. You suck, and trying to get in your head while you're like 9 years old. You know, we're just kids learning and fighting. What that did for me, it made me who I am in every aspect of life.
Pressure forges diamonds, but it also exposes weakness. Teofimo Lopez has always fought like a man racing toward fate. Heavy footsteps, music lightning hands.
What's up? Oh my God.
My father said, you gotta be an entertainer. He was seeing everybody else, all the other kids. He knew I could beat every kid. However, he just wanted to add a little bit more sauce into me. And what was it? He said, be different, have fun, enjoy yourself, entertain. And I always had that in me. I started boxing at the age of 6, officially. But before that, my father had me fighting and doing Taekwondo at 2 years old. So let's say from 2 all the way to 17, for 15 years, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't believe in myself like my father did. I did not. What my father instilled with me, and it stuck with me, were a lot of things that I could really say that has improved my living. Don't get hit. He always told me that. He's like, you know how to box, you know how to do this, just don't get hit. All he had to say was don't get hit, and I already knew what that did.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2. Right hand again. Give me that right hand, baby. Give me that right hand.
Don't show it.
Don't show it. Okay, go.
Come over here.
Too fast for me. Go. Move that. That's it.
From the Olympics to World Championships, his rise has been fast and relentless. Almost like he never meant to stay comfortable anywhere for long. He wanted this fight because Shakur represents the one thing Teofimo can't overwhelm with emotion.
That's what we've been waiting for, man. Working on drills, foot drills, hand-eye reaction, everything. You know, my guy, TA, Go Feet Formula, that's what's about to happen right now. I'm about to enter the whole matrix.
That's my boy. He was the one that started it. That's my boy.
So like you know, we already here. Fight week is on, and we at the UFC Facility Center. I've never seen him this great since right after the Olympics when he turned pro. And very explosive. Now it's a take back, and we just trying to focus on that and going to the next level, man, and taking over the 140 weight division, and that's what we focus on right now.
Their roads crossed long ago. Two Olympians, both shaped for greatness. Always mentioned together, yet never sharing the same canvas. Like parallel paths daring boxing to finally let them crash. Teofimo's style thrives on explosion and confidence. Sudden surges that flip rounds and momentum in seconds. The kind of fighter who feeds on rhythm and reaction.
So it's really just trying to just keep it going. You know, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You know, you gotta have fun with what you do. You know, I love this. You know, I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. You know, this has been 20 years in the making, 20 years in this. You know, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready. You know, and emotionally, oh, I'm on fire. You know, I'm on fire with it. You know, because all I ever did was try to be great. You know, and it's no longer trying. I am. You know, I am great, and it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get, because tomorrow's never promised.
When he's locked in, like against Lomachenko or Josh Taylor, he looks untouchable, sharp, creative, daring anyone to keep pace. Teofimo prepares for Stevenson alongside his father. Lopez Sr. The focus now is rounds, discipline, and smarter combinations every day. That's the Teofimo experience. Brilliance wrapped in danger. Talent that can dominate big or fall apart fast.
I'll tell you like this. A lot of these people, they're so ambitious, and it's okay to be, you have to. But the thing is, sometimes you don't get it because you're probably not gonna carry it the right way. You're probably not gonna be a people's champ. You're probably just gonna spend all your money, like a lot of these fighters do, on yourself rather than giving back. You know, it's all about being a people's champ. Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time for those things, you know, and he made a strong impact in this sport.
That's two.
Quiet greatness moves steady. Shakur Stevenson has been building toward this fight like it was inevitable. Step by step, no rush, no drifting off course. He's an Olympian too, but his mindset is different. Shakur learned early the ring rewards the fighter who thinks faster than he moves. This matchup has been brewing for years because Shakur doesn't hunt names. They come to him, and Teofimo has always been the loudest problem in the room.
Like how he stay long and keep that angle.
Yeah, he keep the angle.
Keep his head off that
Position,
fucking
man,
line.
just in case. Especially with somebody fast like him with timing. You can't be out of position.
Yeah.
He strong as hell. He picked me up in there. It was fun though. Just to be in the ring with him, share the ring with him, test his IQ out a little bit, see some of the moves he doing, and I'm gonna go take with me when I go fight. So I appreciate Dre. You gonna run it back again? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Shakur's approach is about taking things away, shrinking space, limiting options, and draining confidence until opponents start missing and doubting their own timing. He doesn't fight for quick highlights. He fights to win rounds, stacking clean work, sharp counters, and footwork that's brutal to deal with when you're chasing him. On his rise, Shakur built strong connections, learning from minds like Andre Ward, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, and Terrence Crawford. That blend of knowledge shapes how he's preparing for Lopez. Losses never defined him because he rarely repeats mistakes. He adjusts, sharpens, and comes back more focused. Shakur wants this fight because Teofimo is chaos, and Shakur built his identity on proving chaos, even when gifted, can be solved.
I was looking at
It's looking bad today. That's how it's looking. Cole gonna break some. And if he don't break some shit, he gonna beat the fuck out of him. Over this. Oh. Nice. Oh. Oh.
Good in reverse.
We don't care who it is. We have no friend. Shakur, if his cousin get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. If his brother get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. We have no friend. Strictly business.
Tarver said this fight is basically a chess match disguised as a brawl. And that makes sense. He kept circling back to one key idea. If Shakur controls distance and owns the center, he wins. If Teofimo forces sudden bursts and closes space, everything shifts. Tarver also highlighted the small details we overlook: conditioning, mental sharpness, and daily habits that keep...
If you see Shakur controlling the distance, giving him angles, keeping that fight sort of in the middle, you gotta favor Shakur. But if he's on the back foot, if he's on the ropes, I mean, that's gonna give Teofimo a lot of opportunity.
And those details matter most when rounds 9 through 11 feel like the entire fight. He called Teofimo a combination puncher, a fighter who can fire both hands back to back and turn one clean opening into real danger. That's why Tarver warned Teofimo must press in smart bursts, not reckless charges, or Shakur will break him down over a...
What makes Teofimo, I believe, dangerous in this fight, he throws both hands in succession. He's a combination type puncher, and that always serves well if you got a real slick defensive fighter in there.
Tarver also leaned on what history already showed us. When Teofimo showed up against Lomachenko or Josh Taylor, he looked like a different fighter. So Tarver said the only Teofimo who beats Shakur is that locked-in version, focused, aggressive with purpose, using footwork to get inside. But he also reminded us Shakur has the tools to stay calm and out.
Like I said, could be, leaning toward becoming the face of boxing, because with Shakur being undefeated, having a big name like Teofimo Lopez on his record, hey, he's going to have to then...
Timing, counters, and now the size to manage 140. When Shakur fights like he did against Zepeda, he can make elite fighters look ordinary. Tarver's final takeaway was simple: trust the boxer if the plan holds. Fear the fighter if Teofimo owns the night. And remember, this is a turning point.
Put him in there with all these big names and see, can he beat one or two more guys and become the real fighter, the king around that 140, 147 division. It's a lot of action there, Marco.
Right after Tarver made it sound like Teofimo must be at his most dangerous just to crack Shakur style, Wade Plemons stepped in to explain why this matters. He put it plainly: this is best versus best while they're still in their prime. And boxing almost never gives us that without years of delays. Wade stressed this isn't about belts collecting dust. It's about timing. These two have known each other since the amateurs, circled for years, and now there's nowhere left to hide behind later.
Shakur has the same opportunity. This is Shakur's toughest test, no doubt about it. The Williams-Zepeda fight was a tough test because of the style of fight that Zepeda brings, but Zepeda is not the boxer that Teofimo Lopez is. It's just not even close to the same category of boxing ability, technique, skill, experience, higher level. Like, it's not even close. So Shakur is going to have to answer those questions as well. If he believes, and he does, that he's the best in the world, this is how you...
When Wade talked about the face-off as the first mental round, I liked his focus. No fake anger. He watched posture, eye contact, and who spoke like they were actually addressing the other man. He made a strong point that Teofimo truly respects Shakur's boxing, his movement, and his inside-outside ability, and that matters because fighters who dismiss skill get embarrassed. Fighters who respect it prepare. Wade also criticized boxing culture, saying people obsess over perfect records and shiny belts instead of who you actually beat. And that hits because Teofimo already proved he'll take heat fighting Lomachenko, Taylor.
Traps for Teo in the fight continuously, and then eventually turn the temperature down on Teo and essentially try to starve him, right? Starve him of punches, starve him of volume, starve him of momentum and rhythm, right? Like, Teo's a big-time rhythm fighter.
But Wade didn't let Shakur off easy either. He said this is Shakur's defining moment, the fight where you don't just look great, you prove it against someone who can punch and think. When Wade discussed the weight jump and whether Shakur can truly carry it at 140, you could hear doubt without disrespect. Like, the talking's done, now it's testing time. And the funniest part was Wade basically saying styles make fights, but stop pretending Zepeda and Teofimo are the same challenge, because that's not real. The way Wade framed it, this isn't about trash talk or loud posts. It's about whether Shakur's control holds against a fighter who won't fade, and whether Teofimo's ambition stays disciplined long enough to matter. That's not hype, that's pressure. And pressure reveals truth.
Feet, with his movement, once he gets in that flow, it's a little bit tough to stop that ball rolling down the hill. If Shakur can just be an interrupter in this fight and interrupt timing, interrupt rhythm, interrupt momentum, I could see that being the way he wants to approach it, and frustrating.
After Wade broke it down to timing, ego, and who's built for the moment, Breadman Edwards stepped in, sounding like the calm voice of experience. Breadman basically said relax with the disrespect, because acting like Shakur will walk through Teofimo is how people end up embarrassed. He said what everyone sees: Shakur's consistency is elite. He brings the same level almost every time, no mystery version, no sudden collapse. That's why people lean his way. But then Breadman reminded everyone why Teofimo is dangerous when locked in, because athleticism, explosiveness, and confidence can turn lethal fast.
give you a basketball analogy. Shakur Stevenson averaged about 25 points a game, right? But every game he scored about 23, 24, 27, 28. He just have a good baseline. With Teofimo averaged about 22 points a game. Some games he only have 10, but other games he got 50.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Is that the guys who've given Teofimo movement and the guys who've tried to he's tried to press, he hasn't looked good. But when he's made fighters come to him and he could kind of like line them up for his counter punches a little bit better. So he's obviously a fighter that likes you to come to him more than a fighter that likes to come to you and kind of stalk you down.